What's good, YouTube? Fight fans all over the world. It's your boy Real Talk Boxing, and I'm back at you again. I know you guys hadn't seen me in a couple of days, but I actually had to take about 2 or 3 days off the gym. My back started feeling a little stiff on me. I believe it was on the verge of going out on me, so I had to take a step back and rest and relaxation and recovery is a very, very important, especially when you're in your 40s like me. And I just didn't feel like making any videos during that process, so I just took a whole 3 days off actually from making videos and working out. Period. But I'm back. And I want to talk about my boy. This is old news though. It's old news, but I don't care about getting the news out there first. I like to really thoroughly analyze it and break it down, and to give you guys my opinion on it. And that's my man David Benavidez, former two-time super middleweight world champion. You guys know I love David Benavidez. Young guy. What is he? 23, 24, 25? Either way, he's very, very young. And, already a two-time world champion, former two-time world champion. His last fight, he lost his title on the scales, which is a no-no, which was bad on him. I always frown upon, professional fighters not making weight, especially when they have a significant amount of time to get ready. There's no excuse for it whatsoever. But he went into that fight, didn't show any type of signs of being out of shape. He just didn't make weight because he ran through his opponent like he does most of the time anyway. Now, he had an interview a couple of days ago, and I watched that interview, and he was asked about Caleb Plant, the IBF super middleweight champion, excuse me. And he does not like Caleb Plant. He says when he loses to Canelo, I'm still in line for that fight, and I want that fight. When he was asked about Caleb Plant, he referred to his last fight against Caleb Truax, I believe is his name. You know how I am. I pronounce people's names wrong, and I may be pronouncing that guy's name wrong, but whatever, I don't care. Because somebody will correct me. Feel free. It's all good. I don't get offended. And he said, you're in there with an older guy who you can hit at will. You can do pretty much anything you want to with the guy, and he basically can't do anything to you. He had nothing to offer back, and you still couldn't get him out of there. He said a champion of this caliber at this level should be able to take out the older and the lesser leveled opponent, is what David Benavidez said. He said basically what I'm trying to say is that Caleb Plant is a weak champion. He's weak. He has no power. He can't get nobody out of there. And he said, I want that fight. He says, I want it. He says, I don't like the guy. I just want to beat his ass. Is exactly what David Benavidez says. Now, you ask Caleb Plant about the situation. Caleb Plant was like, hey, you're not going to get a fight right now, man. You're going to have to wait like a good little boy, because when you won the WBC title for the first time, who was at the bottom of the steps asking for a fight? He said, I was, but you didn't want to give it to me. He said, of course you want the fight now because you're desperate. You don't have a strap. I have a strap. So you didn't want to fight me then, so now you have to be a good little boy and wait. I mean, is there any truth to that? Maybe so. But never mind that. Let's break down the fight. Who do I think would win against a fight between those two fighters? Now, David Benavidez doesn't carry a lot of power. He doesn't carry one punch knockout ability. But he surely breaks his opponents down with accumulated punishment. He's tall, he's big, he's relentless, doesn't have the best head movement. He does get hit. But I have not seen anyone hurt him to a point to where he is completely rocked and out of his mind. I mean, when he fought Anthony Dirrell caught him with some straight up shots to the mouth, and he ate him. And that discourages a fighter that's known to have heavy hands. So he has a chin. He is relentless. He does have speed. And he's very hard to hurt. David Benavidez is a blood and guts type warrior. blood and guts. You hear me? And he's willing to go through the trenches. And if he gets his fighter hurt, he definitely gets them out of there. Now, how would he fare against the slick Caleb Plant? Caleb Plant's boxing ability is pretty top-notch, y'all. His foot placement is just what really enamors me, which really puts me in a trance. Just his footwork and his movement. It's really nice, really clean, like butter, man. Like butter. He flows like water, but he does lack power. He does lack power, and he does lack the ability to get fighters out of there. So in my opinion, if you can't hurt David Benavidez, if you can't get David Benavidez out of there, should you get him hurt, you're not going to win. You're just not going to do it. I see David Benavidez having a hard time 3-4 rounds catching up to Caleb Plant, maybe even 5 or 6. But as soon as he catches up with Caleb Plant, as soon as he does enough body work to slow down that perfect movement that Caleb Plant has, then it'll be a different fight and it'll be a different story. Because no matter what Caleb Plant hits David Benavidez with, it's not going to hurt him. He has no power. So therefore, Benavidez is going to keep coming forward. He's going to hit the arms. He's going to hit the neck. He's going to hit his freaking biceps. He's going to hit his body. He's going to hit anything that Caleb allows him to hit. And he's going to break him down thoroughly, man. Slowly, but thoroughly. And I see David Benavidez getting Caleb Plant out of there. Point blank, period. 10th, 11th round stoppage. May go all 12. But I'm telling you, I think David Benavidez has what it takes to get Caleb Plant out of there. And it's mainly because Caleb Plant has no power. David Benavidez will catch up with him, beat him to the body, wear him down, and get him out of there in the late rounds. Championship rounds, in my opinion. And I may be wrong. Because David Benavidez is a young fighter who's not afraid to let his old go. And he says that he thinks he will fare well against Canelo Alvarez. That's the fight I want to see. I don't know if Canelo's fighting Mexicans anytime soon, because I hear he's not. But that's a fight that I want to see. But it's not going to happen anytime soon because Canelo's on a mission. We all know that. He's on a mission to become undisputed. And Billy Joe Saunders is next. And according to Eddie Hearn, Canelo says this is an easy fight. He said it's a very, very easy fight. He said, yeah, for 3 rounds. He's going to run around the ring, yeah, for 3 rounds. But after that, it's a wrap. That's what Eddie Hearn said that Canelo said. He said it's going to be an easy fight. Eddie said, well, you have problems with fighters with movement. You know what I'm saying? Austin Trout, Lauda, Floyd Mayweather. He said Canelo just laughed because when Canelo fought those guys, he was still young. He was a kid, basically. Things are different now. And he says Billy Joe Saunders will be easy work. We'll see. I think he'll win, but I don't think it'll be easy work. But it wouldn't surprise me if it winds up being that way. But what do you think about Caleb Plant versus David Benavidez? You think David Benavidez will win? You think he will catch up with him and break him down? Because your boy Real Talk does. But never mind what I think. I want to know what you think. Comment down below. Let your boy Real Talk know. As always, respect all. Fear none. God bless. Till the next time Real Talk Boxing. We up and we out of here, baby.